Making this level took a really long time, and I even sacrificed a lot of things to keep the parts I wanted to keep. I'll show you all about it, and even a fastest secret speedrun by this guy. You may be wondering, what's so hard about making this level? Well, bird. Probably on the list of being the most annoying enemies in this entire game. It seems so random and out of place, and the bomb explosion is what makes it such a raging enemy to deal with. There's an animation when the bomb hit the ground for like half a second, and if you touch that part, you're dead. So basically, dealing with these birds just makes me go so raging, which is also kinda why I use birds, cause I hate myself. Also, I'm slightly biased, not better than the level itself, so that's why I didn't put in stuff like the QR mechanisms, because I honestly just want the video to look cool. And I think to be creative, since the game is so limiting, the best you could do is to deeply understand the game's mechanics and to masterfully create challenges around it, which I think I did a pretty good job here. And trust me, it's not a Kaiser level. It's just hard because the birds are annoying, trust me. Like, imagine if all the birds just disappeared from this level, it's probably easier than level 1. Basically, the start is to be a natural terrain, but still be able to have some clear and cool looking obstacles. Alright, let's just start with the level. I'd say the first obstacle is this triple bird thing. Oh yeah, also, if you don't know, if you put X0 inside a bird, it doesn't move, so yeah. So the concept for the triple tower thing is collect this apple or this indicator, and what it does is it spawns these birds so they are able to fly towards you, and then you have to time the jump correctly onto the spring to bounce over the tower of birds. It's one of my favorite setups. And then we have the next section, and oh my god, I love this section so much. The flock of birds all have a global group 1 to make sure they spawn at the same instant. They spawn from the first jump from the terrain to the blue block after the bombs on the first jump from the terrain. Wait, hold on.
Have you ever had a dream that
After the bombs from the previous 3 birds force you to leave the terrain, kind of, in which it's a blue block because you need some time to get into the setup. This setup is what I call an auto-scroll setup. Auto-scrolling is basically how the player cannot go too fast nor too slow, but rather at a fixed speed set up by the creator. It's always done in Mario games, but we have to do it manually here. So why is there an auto-scroll here? So for every bomb the bird poops out, the bird is almost 3 tiles to the left every time, which is exactly where the previous bombs by the previous bird is previously pooped out. The sequence continues and you are now trapped in an illusion of being trapped inside a metaphorical vehicle. It's so amazing because the starting and the ending is so smooth and transitioning, and coincidentally, because the birds are slightly slower from their bomb speeds, it gives the illusion that the bombs are falling to the left, but in reality are going to the right. Well, because you're going to the right as well. Oh yeah, there's some really hard to get yellow apples as well. So, that will be on my second channel by now. And after that, we are in a pretty yellow section. And yes, I know this might not seem easy, but trust me, it's supposed to be a relatively simple section. And then we have this bird timing section thing. And this is the section that can absolutely be cheesed. I just need to go here and boom, it's gone. I have absolutely no idea why this happens. I tried a lot of things to fix it, but it just disappears no matter what I do. I can make like a mechanism, something like this, you get the idea. So I put this trigger, you can't go back, and then you can't despawn the bird, but kinda destroys the natural cohesion of the level. And it doesn't look good in the video as well. It's quite a fun section though if you dismiss the cheese. This is the crazy part. Now we have this tiny corridor here. You can't call this an auto-scroll, it's a very tight auto-scroll. The rationale is the same as the last one. The birds are grouped together, and yeah, you can squeeze it through until the last one. Oh, and it's about time we talk about why there's so much blue platforms used. Believe it or not, it actually makes the level easier to beat. Bombs go through the platforms and explode. You have no idea how tedious this section would be if it wasn't for these beautiful S0 platforms that saved my day. Okay, and I'm honestly kind of surprised nobody complained about this key being randomly placed here, and yes, there are reasons behind placing it there. If I remove this thing, just watch. You can just run. So therefore, if I put a key, now when the key is here, you collect the key. Oh, I can't collect the key. Now is to ensure the birds spawn a good amount of bombs before you can dash inside. And it surely works because the previous trampoline section is one motion. It's one fell swoop. And so the birds are spawned right on the landing. It makes sure the birds line up. You know what? Originally this part is supposed to be grouped together. Like these birds are grouped together like this. Yeah. Whatever, the level is already hard enough. The new one looks cooler anyways. Oh yeah, a secret about the video, I actually intentionally went inside the level editor to quiet down the volume of the bomb sound. Where is it? Like this, so that it doesn't bleed your ears. Also, as much as I wanted to give you checkpoints, it doesn't work. Birds despawn after they go off the other side of the screen, which is one of the very main reasons why it's impossible to make a level like this work naturally. Also, if you die, all the birds are basically gone, so yeah, huge cheese, but honestly I can't control it. Again, the video looks good and that's all that really matters for me. Oh yeah, there's a high here. Pay a bit more attention to the aestheticization. I think there's two main aspects about this. The first thing is the googly eyes. The googly eyes. Because the birds are supposed to be very goofy, so they blend perfectly with the goofiness. The second is how I'm starting to master making things clear without having random aestheticization. Don't get me wrong, adding noise to aestheticization is sometimes a good thing. But for a level like this, being concise is more important. For example, I tend to use this block a lot and I spam them everywhere in levels. Let me try. I spam this block everywhere to make it look better, and it will work, but for example like right here, it's used to indicate spawning of birds instead, so I will have to avoid to use them throughout. To replace that, I use these crumbled blocks, and I'm not a big fan of these blocks. I don't think I've mentioned this, but I don't think they should be used. It's simply because it's only compatible with the crusher. But I kind of used it here because this level is kind of aggressive as the bombs keep flying from the screen, right? So the terrain is being damaged, it's pretty acceptable. Another even more subtle thing is my gradual increase of using this block. There's 0 here, 1 here, and 2 here. It shows that you're closer to the goal, basically. With that out of the way, I'll probably talk about the direct and simplistic approach now, because this level is quite hard and also complex on what to do. There's only 3 elements in this entire level, which are birds, spikes, and trampolines. Well, pink blocks too, I guess. I didn't put in anything else. These blue blocks doesn't even move, it's just a normal tile. Even the trampolines do not have any variability. Oh shit. The trampoline is simply a trampoline, nothing else. The other stuff is as basic as it is to not make players overwhelmed. I think we should talk about the elephant in the room, or the bird, and the intention of using Ari in the level title is really not to clickbait people. Ari is the bird that Jaiden from Jaidenanimations has, which just so happens to be a conure like mine. And so I named him Ari a few months ago. When creating the level name, I literally just used the name of my bird and did not realize how Jaiden's bird is also called Ari. And Dada Apathy. Apathy? Is that how do you pronounce it?
Apathy.
Because Ari poops everywhere, just like these guys. Now that I come to think about it, Griffratch probably owns a bird too, because he knows the most annoying thing about birds is pooping. Some Griffratch lore. And finally, this guy got first place speedrunning this level, so here it is. Bye.